Train the muscles, not the joints. Okay, so today I'm going to start off with some Smith machine inclines. I never do that, but the reason why I never do that is because the last gym I was at didn't have a Smith machine really that worked. It was just kind of crappy, it had too much friction. So this one's actually pretty smooth, so I'm going to try it out on this one. Let's see what this feels like. Of course, it's counterbalanced, as you can see.
Welcome back to Natural Gallant Bodybuilding, and today, as you can see, I'm going to be doing some chest and some back, just like I talked about just right there at the beginning of the video. But I'm just going to show you the chest portion today, and one of the things I'm going to be doing is some Smith machine incline press, which is extremely exciting to me because I haven't had a chance to do that for a long time. So some of the advantages of using a machine are that some of your stabilizers don't have to come into play quite so strongly, so that way your prime movers can really hit failure. So that's one of the reasons why I really want to use the Smith machine on the upper pec today, because I do a lot of free weight stuff. I do a lot of dumbbell, a lot of barbell inclines, and I find that sometimes when you're doing barbell inclines or even dumbbell inclines, you do involve a lot of the front delt. So sometimes just by having the machine stabilize a little bit, you do take out some of the rotator cuff muscles, and then therefore you can actually get that pec deeper into failure.
I'm gonna find my groove here. It's not quite yet. Don't have it quite yet. Kyle got me a shirt 3 sizes too big because he's hoping that I grow into it. I don't think that's gonna happen, but hey, I gotta wear the shirt, right? It's rude not to wear the shirt. So one thing I tell you guys, I'd like to tell you anyway, is that when you're on a Smith machine, you want to make sure that you find your proper groove, because the harder part about a Smith machine is that it will lock you into one line of force, which can work for or against you. In some ways, it can force you to do a type of range of motion that will help you hit a certain area, but in other ways, it may cause you to work in a plane or a range of motion that is actually detrimental to you. It may cause an injury. So you want to find that area where you put the chair, so that way you can get the most free range of motion and actually not put too much stress just on the pec. You want to distribute that force amongst, the tricep, the shoulder, and the pec, okay? So at least that's the way I do it. I like to find a way that seems like I have a positive mechanical advantage, so that way I'm not straining something, right? So a few days ago I talked about I increased the fat in my diet. I do that for a couple days, right? So sometimes I'll change my diet around just to trick my system up, give me a little bit of a mental break from eating the same food all the time. Also a nutritional break. Sometimes you want to get different nutrients in the body and stuff. So I'll do a couple days of high fat, high protein, and then lower starch. And then I'll go to a few days where I do higher starch, or maybe I'll stick with that. So right now I'm doing higher starch now. As far as I'll do brown rice, white rice with sushi, and I'll eat chicken breast and low fat type of eating. The low fat most of the time, and I may get a little bit of a fatty meal, kind of like with the gyoza that I had today, but not too often. Most of it's going to be lower fat, carbs and protein for each meal. That's what I'm doing. And then once every week or two, I'll probably reset the system by going to avocado and chicken breast, steak, eggs, this sort of thing, eating that for a day or two just to kind of reset the system, right? In case the blood sugar's up and down or whatever, right?
So most of you probably noticed that I don't touch my pec on the Smith Machine Incline. And the truth is, with inclines, I don't like to touch my pec because when I do touch my pec with the bar, I find that my front delts get way overstretched in comparison to my pec. And my main goal is for my pecs to hit failure, not my delts. So that's why, and I find this is the best way for me to maintain tension on those pecs and hopefully get some growth.
All right, let's pump that puppy up. I think they're miming. Is that like a mime thing? Part of Smith. You gotta spot yourself on a Smith. That's the nice part about it.
Good point, Jason. Good point. That's one of the things I like about machines is that you can actually push deeper into failure than free weights without as much of a risk of injury. I mean, there's still a risk. There's always a risk, but you're not as much at risk, such as collapsing with weights on your back, or say, for instance, you're doing decline bench and you hit failure and there's nobody around to spot you and now the bar rolls onto your neck. Or say you're doing bench press, like flat bench press, and you have to basically lock out the weight in order to re-rack it. That is obviously a bigger risk than you just being able to just drop the weight and not worry about it falling on top of you or something. And that's the neat part about Smith Machine stuff, is that you can re-rack the weight halfway up or all the way up, or even when it's straight on your chest, you could probably rack it. So I like that for that reason. So you need to be able to push deep into failure, whether you have a spot or not, but you do have to do those failure type sets if you really want massive amount of growth. Like I said before, when you go extremely heavy, you might not want to go to failure, but when you're going in medium rep ranges to high rep ranges, you want to push as deep into failure as you can safely in order to stimulate that muscle growth.
On to something else. Let's do this. Feels good, but I'm going to change the bench because I want the seat to come up a little bit more.
So you guys might have noticed that my triceps are starting to come up a bit, and I can tell you honestly, it's from close grip bench press, touching my chest. I'm doing a medium grip, if not a little bit narrow, but just enough for my own body type, of course. But the reason why this is working is because the instability of my shoulders does not become a weak link in close grip, but it was with French curls or skull crushers. So if you're having some trouble with tricep development, give close grip bench press a try.
A little bit harder getting in position. My shirt's sliding on the bench so I can actually stick my chest out. But hard after Smith Machine. 7 or 8 sets on there, but it's good. That's why I like it. It changes it up, right? So you fatigue different muscle groups, and then you go to a free weight, and then sometimes you get a different type of effect, right? So that's why I do it.
So I hope you got a few tips on how to train upper pecs in this video, or triceps, or how to adjust your diet possibly to create more energy and gain more muscle in your workouts. And thanks a lot for watching. And right now I'm gonna just do a pose here, and then I'm gonna go make myself some chicken. That's right, I'm gonna make myself some chicken. Yeah, I'm thinking about it already. There you go. See, I'm already looking towards the chicken. Where's the chicken? Where is it? Is it over there? Yeah, I think it's, there it is. Yep, that's what I thought. There's the chicken. Cook that chicken, Jason. That's right. Yeah, cook it up. Come on, get that on there. All right, well, thanks a lot for watching, guys, and take care for now.